Remember, in the hills of Kentucky, just to our right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. 11 MT, tape. 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Burrow. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Bengals had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
11 mighty. 11.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion.
Here we go.
So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
11 Thomas.
Now Burrow. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that, because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now a throw here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Mayfield to throw it. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Walker now on first and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Trucks over it. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are once again back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10 to 7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 27, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Manning. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, when receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A give for Walker running right. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no comeback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
11 MT. 12.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is here. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again, Mayfield on second and 10. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
It's caught, Lockett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And again, it's Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On second and 10, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Mayfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
McCann's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This one fielded at the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Up the middle, here's Walker. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mayfield now. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They go play action with Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
From the 25 on second down, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Here's Mayfield. And Walker has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
From the gun, it's Walker. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He finds his man, complete. That's Manning. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already. As he'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here taken in by Morgan. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Here we go.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down.
11 MT. 180.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
What a tough spot to miss a kick, just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead, they come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll get it inside the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to set down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Burrow will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow connecting with Mixon, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon, and he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
11 MC tape. 11 MC tape.
Throwing, Burrow. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath.
Here we go.
And lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Burrow. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the lead. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. McPherson on for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Mayfield to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop any like that one. 2nd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Hey, we're 33.
Here's Baker. And this pass broken up. Time there, and now 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Seahawks about ready to go here on their next
11
drive.
MT, 11 MT.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And part of you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
1-1, ready?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
To throw, Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this almost to midfield. So they needed a pretty good size play, and they got it.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
On 1, ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
11, mighty.
Here we go with Burrow. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11. Stop. Stop.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
It's just set. Stop.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
MT.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
First throw in overtime now for Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
11.
They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime, now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11.
Inside handoff to Mixon, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Game winner in OT. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win. And the man leading the way was their quarterback, Sandy. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think we're really impressed with how he played. He threw for almost 400 yards, had 3 touchdown passes, and was absolutely in total control of this offense.
So for Cincinnati, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.